Few hours, Congressman Charlie Crist is planning to make a big announcement, and spoiler alert, Crist expected to announce a return to the campaign trail, this time to run for a seat he once occupied a decade ago. Crist is the latest hoping to challenge Governor Ron DeSantis, who's yet to reveal his re-election plans. CBS 12's Jay O'Brien joining us with the other big names who could be running. And Jay, this list keeps getting longer by the minute.
And I know what you're going to say. It's a little bit early to talk about an election, but it's really not, and here's why. The people who represent you, they're unfortunately going to be talking about this from tomorrow for the foreseeable future. So it's worth you understanding exactly what we're looking at here. This is Congressman Crist. We'll put a check next to him between us. That's a tentative check. He hasn't obviously announced, but he is expected to announce to Nikki Fried now, Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried, the only statewide elected Democrat. She is a maybe. You may have seen some of her ads. You've certainly heard the buzz. She's one of Governor DeSantis' strongest critics, so she's a strong maybe for a gubernatorial candidate. One more now. And this is to the even more maybe pile. This is a maybe plus pile. This is Congresswoman Val Demings from Orlando. She said that she's considering a run for governor or for Senate. This is State Representative Anna Esquimani, also from the Orlando area. She said she's considering as well. But when you look at this board, there could be more people. And that's one of the things that has Democrats paying close attention.
With Congressman Charlie Crist's expected announcement Tuesday, Florida will enter a tense 2022 election season and not look back.
Are you going mad that we're talking about another election?
Kevin Wagner is a political science professor at FAU. He says Democrats need to take the next 17 months until Election Day and find ways to get voters mobilized.
For the Democrats, do they have a candidate that can turn out Democratic voters with a great deal of enthusiasm as well?
Crist isn't the only one trying to fit that mold. Orlando Congresswoman Val Demings says she's considering a run for governor.
We all know who the real victims are.
And Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried is running sleek social media ads like this one, with messages targeted to specific groups of voters.
I'm a capitalist. Let me say that again. Yo soy capitalista.
One Democratic source tells CBS 12 News the party is encouraged by the number of vote-by-mail ballots that will go out. But any Democrat has to go through Governor DeSantis. He only won narrowly in 2018 by about 32,000 votes. But since then, DeSantis is cultivating popularity with Republican base voters. His Political Action Committee raising $5 million in March alone, blowing past Democratic hopefuls. Wagner recommends the governor spend much of his energy trying to convince Trump voters he's their candidate.
I think the question really is whether or not the voters that President Trump got to turn out in such high numbers will turn out with him not on the ticket.
When we talk about that Florida Trump coalition, this is one of the things that Republicans are focusing on. This is Miami-Dade County, right? In 2020, let me show you the differential of votes here. President Trump got 532,000 votes. Now President Biden got 600,000 votes. But President Trump in 2016 versus Clinton got only about 300,000 votes in Miami-Dade. He picked up 200,000 votes. He did that in a few other counties in the state, but it was the biggest in Miami-Dade. And one of the things that both Democrats and Republicans are asking themselves now, are trends like that the norm now in Florida or just a one-off? Liz and Jim.